as he already has one. Now, the next thing is expect for him to go for expansion, which he can at any second, but he decides not to. In fact, he's going to build another gate in his base. So now going for 4 warp gates and the expansion. He probably could put 2 more gates down once he does get that expansion. I want to see an expansion by orlyOWL really fast to try and keep up with the Protoss that has done so much damage. When looking at the units lost, Zerg has lost a lot more units. However, the resource amount has been higher for Protoss, so they are actually very even in this sense. Just to look at the APM in general, actually I don't think this will allow me to take a look at the APM. Zerg has had the better APM, but APM doesn't really matter, to be honest, unless you're looking at some of the high-level players who have crazy APM. Yeah, it's usually fun to take a look at. Now, an Evo Chamber is going down for orlyOWL as well as the Zergling speed, a little bit late, but it will be necessary, seeing as how he has some Zerglings, but mostly dedicated on these roaches. Based on the size of the army, however, this is a dangerous push to be making. He does need to fuel them consistently. He does need overlords in order to do that, however. He is going to instead drone up, going for this forge. Nope, going to change his... Well, is he going to go for the forge, or is he going to go for that... Ooh, good force field. Well, semi-decent force fields, allowing those roaches to do some damage. Will they be able to destroy any of these? Nope, the roaches are going to be eradicated immediately. This expansion is almost complete for TCFnick. I am sorry, but poor little orlyOWL. Will that roach survive with his life? If there is a force field to go down, it is right here. Oh, it's just out of range with 11 health. One roach is going to survive. Now the hatchery is finally going to be built by orlyOWL. A little later than I would like, but later is better than never. Hopefully he can turn this around. He is a little bit behind in supply. Meanwhile, 3 more gates are eventually going to go down for TCFnick. Good job after that expansion to do so. More units being warped in. Is going to continue to do that. Now, I want to see, he does have a lot of Chrono Boost, so he could be spending Chrono Boost on these gateways to get that the units out faster, or he could be even Chrono Boosting his own Nexus to get these economies, or his economy from his 2 Nexi increased as well. Now, he is going to put a couple roaches there for defense, seeing as how the army isn't too massive for the Protoss army, our Protoss player, TCFnick. In the meantime, he is going to go ahead and put the tech upgrade into Lair. It'll be interesting to see if he goes into some form of Muta play or Hydra play. It's very possible. However, if he wants to go into the Hydras, I want him to take this expansion, maybe get the 3rd base, take the southern base as well. There are many opportunities. He actually did start distance mining with these drones, but once this hatchery is complete, they will be able to mine efficiently. There was eventually some sort of push by TCFnick preparing. Now, if you look at the upgrades he's getting, missile attacks level 1, so you can expect more roaches, as well as Carapace and Reconstruction going down for the expansion as well, or not expansion, for his army now that he has that expansion complete. Getting more roaches, even some defenses in there. Meanwhile, more stalkers being made. He is, oh wow, TCFnick is going to go ahead and destroy those destructible racks, so he kind of has this backdoor established into the expansions. Very big push coming. This is probably one of the biggest pushes in the game. I expect something very close here. He does have the army outmassed easily. The spine crawlers are not moving where they need to be by here in the creep. So here comes the attack. He doesn't even have blink yet, but he does have a substantial size army, so that, yep, he is going to put down the Guardian Shield for the ranged defense. Here comes the force fields. Not enough with only a couple. He is going to kind of pen them to the sides. The Zealot is going to do significant damage. Well, he's not going to do significant damage. He's going to go ahead and force field the army into a corner, and the Stalkers are going to do serious amount. That Zealot doing serious damage as well. Not even the drones allowed to do too much, but that Queen can corner him. Wow, these Protoss units are in danger if they continue to sit here like this. And, oh wow, orlyOWL, how... Oh man, that's just bad micro from TCFnick. He needed to move out when he was cornered like that. More roaches into the fray. He is going to spawn in 2 more. Not enough in economy. Well, he needs to get more queens in there to spit some larvae and get the units out there. So, wow, these roaches are going to be substantial against the stalkers. However, more units being warped in, more zealots, but they are going to be outranged by the large amount of roaches, and they're looking once again at the units lost. More resources lost for Protoss. So that is also a substantial thing. Now, if we look at the income, you can also see that Protoss has more harvesters. So they are, once again, even in those regards. I thought that was actually going to be the end of it there, but due to poor macro by TCFnick and the appropriate use of his drones to assist in the defense regardless of the force fields was a smart play. But with this proxy pylon, fast reinforcements will be able to be put down for TCFnick. Now the more Zerglings are coming out with that speed upgrade. Will they be able to do enough to damage these Zealots? They will be able to get some speed, and the Roaches are going to do some damage, but the Zealots are doing serious sweeps against the Roaches. They are going to try and micro out as much as they can. A Queen goes down. The Stalkers are now into the base, going to be do damage one at a time. You might see more drones come in and corner. The drones will actually be part of us around here, but the Stalker numbers are so substantial, but they're actually focusing on the drones instead. Efficient in the late game, but these Roaches will slowly fire away. They are not actually focus firing, so bad micro. He is instead trying to get the Zerglings and the Roaches out there. Will they be able to push us back? A little bit of passiveness from the Protoss army, and will these Roaches survive? I don't know. They are able to do enough damage. Oh, nope, they are going to be outnumbered by the quick warpins. 3 Roaches are now on the way. orlyOWL is going to micro them away. Interesting to see where they come with. Now, what I'd like to see is TCFnick isn't even so much working on his supply count. He needs to build more drones. He must think he has this one, but clearly he does not. More Zerg units are on the way. So close in supply. Is going to lose an Overlord. Not even going to supply block him. Not the biggest concern for both of these players right now. So close. The Roaches are able to burrow and escape. You may see... Well, they will not even be able to be detected. However, I don't know if they can move around at this point just yet. They don't have that upgrade. More Roaches being created. Going to destroy this proxy pylon. Reinforcements have been shut back. But the Roaches are engaging when they definitely should not. Building Roaches at a critical time. Do want to get that income put back on the map. They are substantially low in the workers. So, oh man, this is definitely an interesting game. Both players not giving an inch. Going to burrow for safety. No detection. There has not been a robotics facility put down for TCFnick, so he will not be able to see the harassment done by these burrowing units. And down they go again. He can basically burrow whenever he needs to. They will not be able to scout anything now. Finally, TCFnick is going for that robotics facility. Where's he building it? Oh, he's going to build it right next to his expansion. He actually canceled some buildings. He lost his forge in that early attack. So, ooh, another pylon going down. Gonna walk away. Now the expansion is going down in the south base. I did mention that that could happen, and that is very effective. But what is the next step? What is he going to do? He's, in fact, going for Tunning Claws. Even better with his massive burrow army with the large amount of Roaches. Now, the next thing, you are going to see a Baneling nest. Ooh, Banelings in the late game. Interesting to see. However, the longer he waits, the stronger Protoss can get. You could see them be so powerful in the late game. Now, you may even see something. He is going to go instead for Robo and more gates. I'd like to see more from TCFnick right now. He isn't doing enough to be substantial in the late game once again. What Protoss armies should be doing at this point is maybe going for Twilight Council and then the Templar Archives to get anything from either High Templar and Archons or Dark Templar, because there is no detection right now for the Zerg army.